Ejaculation by command, hot offer for lasting longer in bed. And that's when he was let in on an elite inner circle society of the Hollywood executive culture that completely blew his mind. It turns out that Mr. Mogul and an inner circle of a dozen Hollywood elite hosted hush-hush soirees once per month at a reclusive mansion in Santa Monica. Ted recalled the first time he went to one of their events. A private car picked him up and brought him to the gates of a Spanish-style mansion that looked a little run down from the outside. But once inside, the character of the site changed quickly. High ceilings and grey marble floors stretched out to a set of oversized French doors where a patio gave way to a heated pool and a breathtaking view of the mountains. And every direction you looked, some of the most beautiful women he'd ever seen were circling about and mingling with the Hollywood elites. The next thing Ted saw, however, really blew his mind. Mr. Mogul ascending the staircase with three beautiful women on his arm, all eagerly pawing at him and giggling with anticipation. He then noticed another older gentleman in a tuxedo do the same with two other partygoers. The pattern continued, as each of the men paired off with no fewer than two of the women. Finally, a lovely blonde and a pretty redhead approached Ted and introduced themselves. Just then Ted heard a deep voice behind him say, "Sorry ladies, this one's new and isn't ready yet." Ted turned around to see a tall man who appeared to be in his mid-50s who introduced himself simply as the professor. And that's when he discovered a secret sexual power that let him last all night and deliver incredible carnal pleasure to any woman he chose. You see, the professor Ted met was just that. A professor and researcher in the field of neuroscience at a local Southern California university. As Ted explained, all the guys in the secret society first had to get training from the professor before they could reap the benefits of membership. It turns out the professor specialized in something that scientists call neurochemical feedback. Basically, it's a way to train your body and your nervous system to respond to stimulation in novel ways. See, all the sexy women that came to these orgiastic parties weren't just coming to hobnob with Hollywood power brokers. They came because once these men were trained in the professor's cutting-edge science of neurochemical feedback methods, they had the ability to tap directly into their brain's own pleasure networks, lasting as long as they wanted and delaying orgasm by up to 60 minutes. Plus, their training gave them certain simple techniques they could use on their partners and lower what's known as the pleasure threshold. Look, men and women aren't wired the same when it comes to sex. Men are wired to become aroused more easily, so it's naturally harder for us guys to hold back when we're really turned on. Women, on the other hand, have a much higher threshold for arousal, which means it takes them longer to reach an orgasm. So if you're struggling right now to last long enough to deliver the goods to your lady, read more Ejaculation by Command, hot offer for lasting longer in bed, please click link in description below.